Hello, and welcome to the. I don't even know what Steve. I don't even know what Steve says. Hello, oh, welcome to Kickin In Crocs.
Hello. I have to interrupt you because that's what Dave does.
I'm Steve. What happened to Kickin In Crocs? I'm Steve. What happened to Kickin In Crocs? Who are you?
Hello, I'm Dave. 90% of Kicking with Crocs. Hello.
Hello, and I'm Nick Migliaccio. I wear cool Italian hats and talk like this.
Is my voice that loud and high pitched?
It can be.
I mean,
at times.
there are times.
Bibbidi bobbidi?
Bibbidi bobbidi. There are
Bobbidi
times.
bib.
There are times when I'm calling to do the order for the school to get smart equipment and stuff, and they're like, "Okay, ma'am, could you repeat that?" And I'm like, "Ma'am, yes, I can repeat that."
I'm a sir.
I never correct them. I just roll with it.
Well, Steve, I think this episode is out of puberty because the last two episodes he had some challenges, but I think we're in the right spot today.
Listen, man, dying Yodas are not a good sound for us.
No,
as far as you guys don't know,
absolutely,
that's what you call it.
Yes. Puberty, it is.
I can't do it. I can't.
My feet have grown bigger. They have.
I can't
Lighter the darker.
I cannot do a Yoda.
It's staying lighter, darker.
It's staying lighter, so much
in
darker.
The dark times.
Yeah. All right. Are we
dark
going to
side
address
takes
the crocodile
over.
in the room, or are we just going to let him sit up there without telling
good
us?
segue.
Well, for the people that are just listening
Rock
to
facts.
audio, this is not for you.
That's okay.
We
can
will
still
describe it accurately.
it and tell them to visit us on YouTube to watch the video versions, or look at us on Instagram. We'll post some pictures of it.
Maybe leave a comment or a suggestion for what we should name this guy.
Absolutely, we need a name. So, first, before we even get to that part, to the audio listeners, we have here sitting with us on the couch is a stuffed animal version of our logo. So if you've seen our logo, I think it's even on our podcast picture somewhere on there. So
I don't know.
make sure you look at it.
It's on the Instagrams.
It's on the Instagrams too. Yeah, it's pretty much everywhere. And
the
the YouTube and
YouTubes.
the TikTok.
And
So
the Tic Tacs.
I'm pretty sure that if you follow us, you've seen this logo at some point. So yeah, this is a stuffed animal version of our logo. This was the gift that we got for Dave Caravella for drawing this logo.
Yes.
So so this is what we got. I'm gonna bring him a little.
Even you, with
I
just
did.
1 year pre-order, can
I
have
did.
something
No,
similar.
you
did.
cannot.
People thought I was lying. I mean, what was that? Episode 2? I ordered this.
I don't know about that.
No, it was
said
early
that
on.
You ordered it.
It was right around the time we did the podcast. What was that? Episode 4?
No, yeah, it was. I forget which number. I forget which chronological order.
So now, if you tell
episode.
someone, you have to
Yeah.
make sure they watch episode 2 first
I would.
before they view this episode.
Anyways,
I always agree. You should go in order.
I know. I agree as well.
And
I'm
when they
glad we
came out.
finally-
just
In
so everyone
order of when it
understands-
came out.
Just so everyone understands, these two have been arguing about
It's not an
several
argument.
things. It's
a
debate.
discussion.
It's a heated
Spirited
direction.
discussion.
spirited discussion / debate over whether you should watch a certain movie franchise that may or may not rhyme with Parm Doors. That was a stretch, but
Is it rhyme with Parm Doors?
yes, Star Wars.
Listen. I was
Anyways,
going to say something, but that's more for after hours.
So
Why don't you go
they were
Fork Doors?
arguing over whether you should watch the movies and the TV
That's a
shows
word.
in the
Pal
order
Doors?
that they were released theatrically,
Smart lures.
or if you should watch them in order of the timeline, in
Croc
chronological order. So now that's probably going to come up a lot during this podcast. But anyways, so
Crispy
for the audio
s'mores.
listeners, let's actually describe it. It looks like our logo. It's got the pink Crocs. It's got the gi on. It's throwing a kick. Looks very ferocious. And there's one sort of
He's ignoring us.
added detail that I think is a bit much.
I don't like the tongue.
So this thing's tongue is like insane.
Yeah.
It's out
So
there.
the backstory
It's
was
aggressive, and I like it.
So I
It's growing on me.
I ordered off a website where they turn your kids' doodles into stuffed animals.
We're not saying
not
that
Caravella's my
yeah.
kid or that his doodle is anywhere near kid
Don't
level.
take any drawing and make it into a puppet.
Right, but ideally, I mean, they specifically
Yeah, target younger kids. Yeah.
younger parents with kids. So anyway, so I submitted. I don't know what I was thinking it was going to be. I didn't exactly think it was going to be this, but I submitted the logo And it took them weeks to get back to me with like an email that was basically like, does it have to be in the pose or can we just have it standing? I was like, no, it has to be in the pose. That's the whole point. It's got to be in the pose.
To be honest, our original vision when you and I were talking about it was a pillow in the shape of the character, an image,
like a little pillow like this.
Imposed onto it.
Oh, he's down.
But they went above and beyond and made a full figure in pose puppet. I think it's even better than I originally expected.
I was very happy when it came, but like, so the back and forth was like, does it have to be in a pose or can it just be standing? And I was like, no, it has to be in a pose.
It has to be in a pose.
Because they're like, oh, it's difficult to get it in the pose that you want. And I was like, well, figure it out
because I'm paying you money.
Because by the way, this was not cheap. So I was like, no.
He told me we're not going to say, but
I'm not going to say a dollar amount.
I want him drinking a cup of coffee. That's what he's doing.
Oh, here comes Reese's. Usually she just tarnishes that couch cushion that she's flattening.
No, Reese's, no.
I have to keep puffing it after she sits on it. So anyway,
that's her spot.
Turned her back on us. He's taking a sip of tea right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
All right.
So
it's like the girl.
So I'm like, no,
it's
I'm paying for it to be in the pose. It's got to be in this pose.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're like, and like all their other kid doodles are in the doodle of the kids. Like, so I'm like, no, it's got to. That's how I want.
How can a kid's doodle be less difficult, more difficult than this?
Yeah. So they're like, okay. And then 4 weeks clicks by, and I don't hear anything. And then Nick's asking me every time I see Nick. So how's that thing going? I'm like, I don't know. I haven't heard from them. He's like, you gonna email him? I'm like, yeah. It says to give him 5 weeks, so I'm gonna give him 5 weeks.
Yeah, Nick's not really in the shot. I'm gonna turn the camera a little bit. You can keep talking.
Okay. So we can just move. Ready?
Yeah, I could just.
Oh, if you want to just shift over, that's fine too.
It's probably easier.
Oh, I just didn't know how much closer.
Well, you made fun of us for sitting close together at the start of this episode.
I did no such thing.
Anyway,
I'm European.
There is no video proof.
So finally, I'm like,
American.
I email them. I'm like, hey, so how's the thing coming? And they're like, oh, we need 4 more weeks or whatever. And I'm like, what? So then the part that my wife
growing the fabric.
The part that creeps my wife out, and that she was like, well, this is interesting, is when they send the final email proof. So I knew what it was going to look like before we got it. I mean, I didn't physically hold it, but they send the final email proof, and it's the crocodile in all angles. But they I don't know why, but the first 3 images, it has no gi on, so it's just a naked crocodile.
Essentially, it's naked
with Crocs, and I'm like,
that's hilarious.
What is this? Because this is not what I ordered. And then he keeps going down in the email.
It's a Florida crocodile.
You keep and then
coming right out of the swamp.
And then there you go. They had the uniform on it. But it's like, why not just send me the pictures with the uniform on? Why do we need
the other pictures?
Why ask you?
Unless they're going to provide me other outfits, perhaps, where I'm going to be changing him.
But at the same time,
definitely not.
Why ask you if you wanted in the pose that you sent it to them with the money for it to be in the pose?
I still have those pictures. Maybe I'll post
It's like, would you like it standing
maybe
straight?
Please post those pictures.
I'll post the not safe for work logo picture.
It's not that they're not safe for work.
It's silly. It's
just
a puppet.
weird. It's just weird looking. Yeah, it's just like a stuffed animal. It's like
when
your kids take the clothes off the
it was
stuffed
just
animals.
very weird that they even provided that in
logo.
the email. And then I'm like, all right, cool. So I approved the final thing. I'm like, yes, I approve. Very good. And we got 2 of them because we got one for Dave and one for us.
Yeah, this one is our copy, and then Dave has his own.
He's gonna be on every set. So
which, by the way, going back to what Dave said before, comment down below what you want us to name.
Yeah, he does need
the
a
crocodile.
Name. Anywho, they're like, okay, we're gonna ship them in a day or 2. I didn't know they were like shipping from China.
Yeah.
So
apparently.
It was quite the long haul of a shipping thing too, and then I had to go through customs and then the whole 9. So I was like, oh, we're never getting this thing.
I saw your face when he came in, and you had him in a bag, and I'm like, is that like a potato bag? You just smuggle him across the border? And you're like, oh, no, this is... And the bag actually was really cool once I finally saw it. But initially, like, the way you were holding it was almost like you were sneaking it into the room.
Yes. Because we had waited for so long that I was like, I'm going to surprise these guys with this awkward shaped bag filled with stuffed animals.
Because that's what adult men do. They surprise each other with stuffed animals.
Yep. Some people bring wine to shindigs. I brought a crocodile, but he was clothed.
If
So
you think about our shindigs, right? It's retractable size,
Retractable
stuffed
size,
animal crocodiles,
stuffed
and
animal
dojo
crocodiles.
outfits, karate
What's
outfits.
something else crazy that we've got?
I was telling one of the parents a story of how Alex and Sarah met. Alex was a guest in the podcast.
Yeah, we told that story on the podcast. Yeah.
Right, and she was like, and I started out the story with like every
If you
Friday
watched.
night after sparring class,
Chronological order.
we would go. Every Friday night after sparring
Don't
class,
mess it
we
up,
would go. To Barnes and Noble. So we'd do the sparring class, clean up the dojo, and then go to Barnes and Noble, get some tea, and walk around. She's like, "You guys didn't go to bars?" We're like, "No, we were adult men. We went to Barnes and Noble. And
Yeah, we
looked
didn't
at
want.
toys.
Looked at
and-
toys and made sentences out of book
and
titles.
I said we used to play a game where we would make sentences out of the book titles. So Alex and I would walk around and build
But can you imagine
sentences.
the girl he would find at a bar? He would have been stuck in the situation he was for years.
Well,
Always finding
exactly.
the wrong girl.
I mean,
He found Sarah, the right girl.
Barnes
at
and Noble
Barnes and Noble.
it was a tradition. You go and punch
It
each
did
other,
become a tradition.
and then you go and find some books to read.
I was
Now-
very pleased you inserted me into this tradition. I felt
Did
very
they
wanted.
reopen it? Because you said they were.
They're
redoing it?
just renovating the cafe,
Yeah,
as far as
so
I
when
know.
is that being
I don't know.
'Cause I figured that should
we
be an
stopped.
episode.
We stopped
Maybe,
really
yeah.
going. We stopped really going
I know.
as life ticked on. But
I think it's time for like an annual visit when it reopens. That's a good reason to
Not
go
a bad
there.
idea.
not a bad idea.
Yeah, I know. Talk about your
Oh yeah,
Talk
we have
about
something else
new
now.
things.
This is the third. This we got
And toys.
retractable size stuffed animal crocodiles of our
Okay,
logo.
so a
and
shout out to a student, Lillian Manna.
This
is
same-
like
the same
third
Lillian.
shout out we've given to her.
Yeah, because so if you
she's
remember,
awesome.
you remember my Crocs, my shoe charms binder. It's not official Crocs, so I can't call
That
it.
official, not
also
official.
I
Lillian's
can't call it a jibbet binder.
Yeah, I know.
That was
Yeah, that was from
Lillian. That
Lillian
was
Manna,
so
yeah.
excited to come in and show me that binder, and I messaged the mom to get the Amazon link to buy that.
Oh,
So
we
then-
have. I'm sorry. We have a mom that also wants to know where you got that.
Oh, I'll give you the link.
I have to. Yeah, that'd be.
I'll send you the link.
Anywho.
So, anywho, I got the binder, and then she comes into class this week,
Okay.
and she comes into right before her class. She comes in, she's like, "Look at my shoes, Master Dave," and I look down, and she's got Crocs on,
Mm.
and then on top of her Crocs are a smaller, tinier pair of Crocs. And then she
Example,
goes, "Oh, I'm getting there," and then she goes, "And I got you some," and she holds up.
No, just because of the glare of the bag, take them out.
That's okay. It
I can
actually
take 'em
looks
out.
pretty
I mean,
good.
it don't
Oh, you
bother
wanna
me.
take 'em out? Go ahead, take 'em out.
All right,
It
hold
looks
my
okay.
mic.
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh. Nick is double miking.
Hello. 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 I don't know if that sounds weird or not.
It
Probably
doesn't.
does not.
It
Yeah.
doesn't. Look at this.
It was fun.
So yeah, you
Hold
can
it
get
closer.
that probably closer to the screen.
That's
So it's
cool.
a jibbet.
It is.
Oh, it's got sport mode and
comfort
everything.
Sport mode actually.
Wow.
Oh, it
Wow.
works. So it is a croc. So I'm going to have to throw a kick in a croc with a croc. It is amazing.
That is
And then-
cool. Let me see it when you're done.
So
When you're done.
it was so cool of her because she showed me on her Crocs. Her Crocs had one jibbet and they were like blue Crocs, right? And then she's like, "And I got you some," and she just handed me back. I'm like, "That's awesome."
That's amazing.
That is so cool.
And then the other thought that occurred to me is when I bought my future son, my wife being pregnant
You're
and
the
all,
baby Crocs, yeah.
I was like,
he fits in those now. He
you
fits in
know,
those right now.
Probably.
I got to get toddler Crocs because they don't come super small. And I'm like, maybe.
No, there's no way.
Dave.
I mean,
There's no way.
maybe.
Wait, they're not made
This
to be
kid,
worn.
man.
No,
They're
no,
not
like
so
just as soon as he pops out, boom,
As soon as he pops out
like
the
that
womb.
same day, boop.
Oh my God.
Or what
Kelsey
you do
would
at the
attack
very
you.
no, but at the very least, what you do is you put him next to his blanket.
Could I, if I could
That's
pay
fine.
I could pay the nurse so that when she brings the baby, when Kelsey comes,
Kelsey
comes to, she's ready to
would
go.
attack you.
They just hand her the newborn swaddled with a pair of Crocs
She would
on.
throw
Funeral-
him at
The
you.
funeral arrangements will be held at
Oh man,
She would literally look at the baby and look at you and be like, "Take him," and just throw him. at
What was
you.
that move that you and Steve did to make him disappear? I see.
Oh
that
yeah, the
happening
magic
again.
Crocs. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think she needs the
the
Crocs.
magic
for that.
Crocs video where I could see if I kick him, he disappears.
I don't think she'll need the Crocs for that.
I'm
action.
just saying.
Not at all.
I wonder if I could. I'll work it in somehow.
I think-
Somehow in our delivery room there'll be some
Last-
Crocs.
Last ditch effort. You put them nicely.
The Crocs that you're wearing, yeah, that'll be it
You put them nicely next to him.
for his
In
first
it,
picture type
yeah.
deal. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty cool.
That's what
Yeah,
you
back
should
in the
do.
day.
Like, I'll help you.
That's what friends are for.
Master Dave has a hurt shoulder right now. So he's not-
I do, and we're running a race on Sunday.
We're running a
It's gonna
Spartan
be-
race on Sunday.
It's going to be a disaster for me. I'm like, oh my God.
Yep.
Yeah, the first monkey
Well,
bars,
looking at it,
you're out.
yeah. See, looking at it on the bright side, everybody knows that you have an injured shoulder, so they know that you're not going to be at 100%. And two, it's with a large group of people that don't normally.
Well,
run
you
Spartan
guys know I
races.
have an injured shoulder. The MMA
Shoulder?
guys don't know I have an injured shoulder.
Now everybody watching this does.
Oh.
I told them that. I told them that you're having a very rough time of it right now.
You had an opportunity instead of telling them, say, you guys really need to watch this episode of Kickin In Crocs, understand what Dave's going to be dealing with. Make them watch the episode.
You know, and
I didn't know we were going to be talking
truthfully,
about
it was-
but I would have done
truthfully,
that if I did.
the shoulder felt pretty good this week. I was like, oh, maybe it's
From
not.
now on, that's how you let all things out.
I was like,
Understood.
maybe it's not that bad. Shoulder feels pretty good. I was like, okay.
You were doing good at the
And-
end of last week.
Yeah, and I took it mostly easy this week because I knew we had the race coming up. So I'm like, let me not push too much. I wasn't like I worked out with Steve on Tuesday, Vinatelli, and then I was like, I'm not gonna hold pad. I'm not gonna hit anything. I didn't hold pads on Tuesday, but we were hitting the bags, and I was like, you know what? Let me take the rest of the week off. I'm not gonna be exerting, and then I'm teaching the weapons class today, and I'm just doing like just the pose overhead, and then I did something just dropping
When you
the comma.
turned it on the comma, when you turned it,
Just a
Which is
very
easily like
basic,
the lightest weapon we use.
right, just a basic motion. I went,
Yeah. Yeah,
something didn't turn right, and then I couldn't keep putting my arm up. I was like, ah,
You remember when my Isabella got injured, it was
Yeah.
off of a high front stance. Like
Yeah.
you never know what's going to aggravate an injury.
yeah. And I mean, it's just I think it
True.
might have even been like there's a when you set up the kick, there's right there, there's
Stop
an
it.
over the top part there, and that's exact motion that bothers me. So
stop raising your arm up.
I just gotta get through this race, and then after that, I'll spend some time and attention to the
Covering.
shoulder.
Yeah.
It doesn't help. Like I have to hold pads for people sometimes, and I think the snap
And-
back of the arm.
So that's
use the
something that
bags
a lot of
instead.
folks don't get, right? The bag
Yeah.
holder gets as much of the workout, if not more, as the person striking the pad
So-
sometimes.
Yeah, like this, my left wrist here. So it was 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago. I don't know. Either which way, I was holding pads for good old Mike Shannon, and Mike, I rarely get to work in because we normally have an even number.
Yep.
So I never really have to hold the pads, and Mike has to, he works with the MMA guys, and they're good at holding pads. But I've been holding pads for a little bit longer than they have, so I'm a little bit more experienced with it. So when I'm holding pads for Mike, he takes that as an opportunity, so that he gets to go. You know what I mean? He gets to actually hit the
Yeah, of
pads
course.
now. So, and he's a big boy.
yeah, Mike's
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
He
His shoulders
hits-
are not getting smaller.
It's freaking hard, man.
I think he uses a weighted bass guitar.
He might use a weighted guitar. I don't know, but he hits hard. So I think I was holding like for his hook punch, and this left wrist right here was just messed up.
And the
after
hook
holding it
punches
for-
are the hardest
Oh,
to hold
man.
for. That's a punch because
Yeah.
it's the abduction of the arm, which is the least thing that you work out.
Yes, I will say that, and also sometimes I find uppercuts, like a good
Good solid uppercut. Yep.
is also a pain in the butt sometimes.
Again, another rarity punch
Yeah.
when you compare it to your regular jab, cross, back fist, spinning back fist type combinations.
Yeah.
The hook and the
The hook?
the hook and the uppercut
hook.
are less
In Hebrew, it's the hook.
the hook.
Hit him with the hook punch.
The hook 'em.
Hook him.
Don't
Chaim, hit him with the
don't-
Hook him.
Yeah, you have to add the M at the end. The hook 'em punch. If I'm
Listen,
if I'm on target with that pronunciation, anybody
Of
watching
the
this
three
that
of us,
speaks
I'm the
Hebrew-
only Jewish guy in the room.
Yeah, so help me out.
And you're not even like officially.
This is true. It's
So,
true, but my dad is.
Close enough.
So I'm like almost a
So
card carrying.
Dave is our resident. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know.
Reference member.
Probably. We'll just go with that.
Yeah.
You
There was a word that I was
completely
trying to
lost.
think
I
of.
just threw something in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I-
yeah. I mean, I was raised Catholic, but my dad's Jewish, so we celebrated a bunch of different things growing up.
Yeah.
Exposed to a lot of different culture.
Yeah, man.
It's a good way to be.
I was
Turned him
raised
into
Catholic,
the
so my family's
well-rounded person
confused.
that he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're,
I was raised.
What?
I'm good.
Okay.
So graceful. Your,
So
your
graceful.
entrance
Nick
into that
talking.
comment.
next
So
next
graceful.
joke, so graceful.
So graceful.
So graceful. that hit home
Yeah.
so well.
I missed it. I'm sorry.
It's
I don't even
fine.
know what he was saying, to be honest with you.
Nobody does. It's fine.
It's
Just
one
let
of
it go.
those-
Just
one
let
of
it
those
go.
nights.
Yeah.
It
one of
is.
those
I think we
nights.
should just tell jokes.
All this, yeah, we should just tell jokes tonight.
Just
Okay,
a
I'll
night-
tell
an
you. I'll
evening of
tell you.
jokes.
I'll tell you one of the jokes. I think you guys are definitely. There's no way you wouldn't have already heard
Give me
this
a good
joke.
joke.
You
I
have
have
to
one
do
for
it.
you.
But I'll say it just in case some of the audience had it. One of the students told me this joke today. A little girl named Josephine. So she said, "How do you get a tissue to dance?"
Oh, that's an old one.
Yeah,
You put a little boogie.
put a little boogie in it.
All right, I like that. I'll tell you what. This one sounds morbid, but it's not. And this is a Georgie special. It's my dad, right? So this one's going to Steve.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why later. Okay. So planes flying from the U.S. to Canada.
Mhm.
It crashes
I
right
know
on the
this one.
border.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you bury the survivors?
You see, if I didn't know this joke
You
already,
know it already.
I do know it already.
Ah.
You don't bury survivors; they survived.
Okay. So I got one from the Costas family.
Go for it.
Hit me with this one. I was pretty good one. Okay. I think I might even said it before, but if April showers bring May flowers, what do May flowers bring?
What?
Pilgrims.
Because the Mayflower,
yeah, I
yeah.
get it.
Okay, that's
job
it.
costs, girl.
Yeah, that's a good one,
this
right?
is-
It stumped me too. I was
This
like,
is the
oh
rest of the
man.
episode. This
Kids.
is what the rest of the episode is going to be.
Oh,
I'm
this is
looking up
what
best,
the rest of the episode's gonna be.
best
Is that where we're
dad
going?
jokes.
That one was good though. I like that
Best
one.
dad jokes. Okay, here
I
we
don't even
go.
know that's necessarily a dad joke. That's just like a
100
quick little riddle.
Here we go. I'm googling
I
this.
like that. I love riddles.
I
Yeah,
now
oh, yeah,
have 148 dad jokes to make the whole
okay,
family.
well, I've got
chuckle.
one, right?
Okay,
I got
go
one
ahead.
ready.
Go ahead.
Okay, dog loses its tail. Where does it go get a new one? At the retail store.
Wow,
You like that one?
so graceful.
Nick
Anyways,
Shrek. That one goes out to you, buddy.
There's a. Well, he's looking up more dad jokes.
I
There's
got
fights
my- I got
next
this
week too.
Is there fights next week?
Well, there's. Oh man,
So there's so
one
much going on
FC.
next
There's
week.
one FC fight.
But wait, is there UFC fights next week?
I maybe, but one FC's I think Friday night. But
Mm-hmm.
it's either Friday or Saturday. But it's Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse is fighting.
Mighty Mouse is fighting the trilogy match with
Oh, I think we have to watch it.
It's a trilogy match. Remember, he got knocked out with the knee, then he came back and he knocked the
Knocked
guy
him
out with the knee, and then
So this is the only guy that they
Yeah.
really have that can face him. Huh?
I don't know what's going.
You have to watch this.
who's a karate guy. He was in the UFC, and then he went to ONE FC. He went up a weight class, which he really shouldn't have done. And the first person that put him with is Cosmo Alexander, who's like a world class kickboxing champ, right? A weight class above where Sage normally fought, and he caved his face in. When I say caved his face in, I literally mean
Actually,
he actually caved his face in. He had to have his bone, like his whole orbital repaired.
Oof.
He had to have a major surgery. So he's been out for like 2 years, and this is his epic comeback. And he's going back to his natural weight class.
Oh, good.
So Super Sage.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know as we get there because it's a very interesting weekend next week. Got a lot going on. My mom's birthday's next weekend, so that's awesome.
Happy birthday.
We got our
to
anniversary
you.
this week that we might celebrate
Okay.
on the weekend. So there's like a lot
Yeah.
going on.
Oh, you and your wife, you have an anniversary? What is it,
Amazing.
52
One
years?
T
52
I'm sure for
years.
her it feels like 52.
20 years?
20 years.
Wow, that's almost
20
as old as
years.
Steve.
Almost as old as
You've been married almost as long as Steve's been alive.
We
Almost.
have been married longer than we have
So
been apart.
in other words,
so.
it's time to make him feel old. He got married when I was 4 years old.
How long were you together before you got married?
So 1997, and we got married in 2003. So 5 years.
You
Whoa.
were together for longer than I've been alive.
Whoa.
That's it. Yeah.
That's why whenever Nick's like, I'm going to give dating advice to any of our young guys, I'm like,
He's dated one person.
You can't.
And that's
But
why-
Stop it.
I'll say this, right? Successful. That's all I'm saying.
No, he's right. You know, you can't knock it.
There's
It's
no
true.
reason
The person
to
that he's
continue
been
in.
with, he married and has stayed with her this entire time. So
And she's got a pair of Crocs too. I just gotta get Kelsey on board here.
Yep, she's got a pair of Crocs. I mean, she's just as miserable
One
about
of- one of
Crocs
the-
as Kelsey is.
One of the dads who
Especially when I tell her I'm going to buy more. She's like, "Do you need more?"
one of our dads at the school, they came and visited today because the mom has been in the hospital for like 10, 15 days.
Mm-hmm.
But they popped in to visit because everything's okay now. And he was like, man, so after we caught up and everything's okay, and he goes, man, the amount of Crocs at the hospital, like every nurse and doctor, and I'm like, yes.
Again, a huge opportunity for us to promote the Kicking In Crocs podcast and then possibly Crocs will be at medical schools.
We
Let's
should
talk
go to
to
hospitals.
Joe.
What are you saying? We're going to the
No,
hospitals.
medical
Like, hey,
schools.
we could do
No,
it.
but they already have them there.
yes.
Got to get them before
Yes.
they bought them.
Oh yeah. Maybe do a
Yeah.
live podcast at a hospital or something.
Or
At
like
a med school, at a med school.
Yeah.
You know what they do is live podcasts.
Yeah.
You're
You
too
know,
busy with
and
dad
you know what we
jokes.
do? We bring Joe
I was
with
looking
us.
up the best croc jokes.
We
now,
bring-
actually.
We did that once. Remember? They
we
weren't
bring
that great.
Joe with us.
What?
Blues-
On the podcast here?
No, we did it on a little show called Talking with Sharks, or just Talking Sharks, or Sharks with Luca and some guy.
Sharks with no new episodes.
Yeah, what the heck?
Talk to the boss.
Where's he been?
There's one good one here.
Send him a complaint.
I'm gonna comment.
You should.
Where you been?
Formal and informal
There's
complaint.
one. I'm sorry. There's two.
All right,
No,
hit us
one-
with two good croc jokes.
There's one that's actually pretty decent. Why does the Pope wear Crocs?
Ha ha, I know, because it's holy.
Because they're holy.
Ah.
And this is the other one that's like it's pretty good. It's all right. What do you call a deaf man wearing Crocs?
What do you call a deaf man wearing Crocs? I don't know.
Whatever you want. He can't hear you.
That joke will work with anything, so
Yeah.
that's perfect. It's a universal joke.
Yeah, it's true. That's the only. That's the only.
I should be
good
wearing my
ones.
beret right now, but once again, I'm not.
It was a beanie day, you know.
It was
for
a
the
beanie
audio
day.
listeners. Master Dave and I are wearing matching Paul Prendergast karate
Unplanned.
slouchy beanies.
Unplanned.
We had no idea what was happening. I walked into Dave's house today with all my podcast equipment, and I look at him, and he's wearing the same beanie as me. I'm like, hey, look at that.
It just so happens.
It's just that kind of day.
It's like we
rainy
shop at the same
outside.
places.
I know.
Yeah.
I got one right. Two guys walk into a bar. Third guy walks under it.
Ba-dum-bum.
Hey, you can use that one in
Hey,
school.
limbo. That's how that limbo works.
That's it. Family-friendly jokes.
Well, all right then.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, I have to keep working on the clean
yeah,
ones.
That was
Yeah.
something.
Those are good.
Do you tell non-clean jokes to
Oh.
your kids? I mean, come on.
Comment your favorite clean joke.
Yeah, you know what? You just do this. Comment your favorite joke.
We'll say them on air.
And we'll say it on the next episode of the podcast. If it is not family friendly, we will not say it on the next podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
And
If
we'll
it's-
delete
if
the
it's-
comment.
Yeah, we'll delete the
because we don't
comment.
want
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Yeah, we don't want that nonsense here.
But we would like you to then, if you share it and we share it on the next episode, to then share that episode with all your friends.
Shareception.
Like
Like,
Crocception.
subscribe.
Like Crocception. Crocs.
I expect
On top of
as
Crocs.
I say this, the little subscribe logo to show up.
Did you
underneath
guys
us.
watch
okay.
the
Around here?
I don't know
Like
what
this
just made me
area.
think
Okay.
of it, but did
Right
you guys watch
on Nick's hand.
the so we talked about Mario last time, right? So
It
like
was,
two
it was
times
about
ago,
2 episodes
briefly,
ago.
okay.
Yeah, we talked about
Did
the
we,
Mario movie.
Speaking of which, did you see? So right, Song of the Year, Peaches.
Duh.
Did you see they did a Bowser? They took the Peach from the newest video game, had her sing. Phenomenal job at the same version of the song, but her singing to Bowser.
No.
And it
No.
was- it's great.
Oh,
They
no.
really did a great job. They wrote out the script really well, and the video game character was digitally put into like playing the piano and singing the song.
man.
And Mario standing at the door depressed.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to watch it.
Yeah,
But it just made me think. Did you guys watch the trailer? We talked about. Did we watch the trailer for the new Ninja Turtles? We talked about that, right?
No.
That was the trailer. We saw that at the Mario movie. It was
Right,
like-
right. But did we talk about it?
Not
No,
on the
we
air.
didn't
not
talk
on
about it
air.
on
You're talking
podcast,
about
no.
where they're kids?
Well, yeah, they're
They're not like
supposed to
young
be. They're young
teenagers.
teens. Because
Yeah.
Seth Rogen was like he's the
Donnie's-
guy creating
Donnie's-
it.
Donnie's voice hasn't even dropped yet.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it.
Because
air.
Seth
No.
Rogen's making that movie, and his whole idea is that like he wants to lean heavy into the teen, but it's almost like they're preteen.
I think
Like, or
I
early
think
They're
teens?
very
Mikey,
young.
Mikey might be 12, but I'm pretty sure like the rest were like 13, 14, 15, like that,
Yeah.
that range. They're very young teenagers.
Yeah.
Like in all the other iterations, they've been like 18, 19.
But they're
you
also
know what I
doing
mean?
this at the same time. They're making another Ninja Turtles movie.
But I am very excited about the demos of that new one you and I were talking about.
Yeah,
the Donatello
yeah.
demo.
But I'm not sure. The Donatello demo, I think, might have been fan made. I'm not sure if it's
I
necessarily.
really hope they go back down the path of the first Ninja Turtle movies. I really
Well,
hope
there was
that.
such a fundamental thing in getting. I mean, if you were a martial artist back in the day when that movie came out and you were like a kid, oh my god! Did you ever see the original Ninja Turtles movies?
You've showed me parts of it.
No, you need to see
The
whole
first
thing.
one is the perfect mix of the humor the lifestyle and the dark side of the Ninja Turtles. Like, it's a
Oh, yeah.
fantastic mix. No one's done it better. Even that same franchise couldn't remake it again.
We're gonna have
the
to
same
have a
way.
watch party where you watch the original Ninja Turtles movie
I
because
have
it
the
is
first
so.
three, I
Me too.
think.
I thoroughly enjoyed the Batman and the Ninja Turtle crossover.
Oh, that movie was so good.
They actually did
good.
really well.
Batman versus the Ninja
They
Turtles?
did a great job on Shredder. I thought they were gonna
Yeah.
maybe jib him.
Yeah, no, they
didn't.
did a good job on
They
him.
didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, they made it
It's a
that
nice
even
balance.
Batman had a little bit of a hard time with him.
A lot. No,
Yeah.
he basically couldn't win without teamwork.
Yeah.
Without trying to ruin it. If you guys haven't watched it yet, but
What is it called
it's-
again? Batman
versus the Ninja Turtles.
versus
They always do that in comic
They're not
movies.
fighting each other. I don't know why. Is the
Yeah.
versus?
They have that
team
moment.
up.
So whenever there's like a
Well, they
hero,
fight each other for a second.
well, whenever there's a
just-
hero versus a hero, there's always that time where they fight each other briefly, and then they're like, "Well, it turns out that you're not the bad guy. Let's
So
team
we're
up."
gonna be friends.
It's always it
but
drives
you
me
know
crazy.
what we did figure out? Your bad guy is teamed up with our bad guy, so we should team up to take him out.
It's either that or like you're not working with so and so.
No, but even so, it was still a really good.
No, it
movie.
was really good.
Even though it was unpredictable in a lot of ways.
Well,
So-
the way I'll stick to the thing that was the most unpredictable for me was Shredder.
Yeah.
I really thought they were gonna make him struggle, but like his victory being him and the Foot Clan, but they did not. Like it really, they didn't give him anything super crazy minus that one move. Everything else was traditional martial arts,
Well, was that
but
move,
just effective.
Was that move something from like
No.
Ninja Turtle? That was something they just put in that movie.
Yes.
Yeah, that was something for
Oh.
Street Fighter.
Yeah.
That
But
really
see-
seemed like something that would
I
get
was
the
thinking
Shredder
about-
as a movie.
I
that
think
he
about
does.
this the other day.
but it didn't hurt the movie drastically.
Not
Like,
really,
it didn't
no.
add it
I
to
was
it.
thinking about this the other day though. So like when we were growing up, there were so many things that got you into the martial arts as far as on the media. Because you like when I was a really young kid, we had the Ninja Turtles, right? So Ninja Turtles was like when I was like young, and then you had
I had all the Bruce Lee movies.
well, yes,
all the Chuck
I
Norris
mean,
movies.
there was always Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris.
no, but for me,
Yeah.
that was before Ninja Turtles.
Right.
Turtles.
But those are a little bit more like, yeah, I guess so. I mean,
No,
like,
they were on TV all the time.
oh, I know,
And those, like,
but they
B-rated
weren't
kung fu
really
movies,
exactly like geared towards like 5-year-olds.
Not at all. No,
You
But-
know what I mean?
But that's also a time where 5-year-olds could watch those movies.
Yes, I know. So
You know?
we had Ninja Turtles and then Street Fighter. Street Fighter came out,
Power Rangers.
and
Yeah, but
then
Street
Power
Fighter
Rangers
could
came
easily
out.
Make you the game? You mean not the movie? Because
The
the movie
game.
could make
No,
you
not the
want to
movie.
do martial arts.
not the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. No, not
What's
that.
his name from
Uh,
Adam's
the
Family?
guy that
as
played
Bison.
Gomez. Yeah.
Oh, my
no.
God.
Raul Julius, who was good as
Yeah.
Bison, but
He was horrible as Bison. He was great in
Oh.
Adam's Family. He was
no, he was as bad as.
fantastic.
Okay,
The night.
moving on.
Sorry.
But there was a lot of that
Street Fighter.
media. Well, you had Street Fighter the video game,
Which was fantastic. Street Fighter 2.
Power
Street Fighter
Rangers.
2.
Then Power Rangers came out.
Yep.
I was like in third
Also
grade,
great. Power Rangers also great.
and then like you look
Three
at kids,
ninjas.
right? But
Sidekicks.
what really the kids have
So many.
now? Cobra Kai that got kids all excited.
Cobra
Yeah,
Kai,
but,
yeah,
but
that's the
I can
biggest
be
one.
honest. I don't even let my kids watch Cobra Kai yet because
Yeah,
there's
there are some times.
like
It's a
hot,
little-
like older teen content.
It's
in there.
definitely
Exactly.
it's geared towards the audience that grew up with the Karate
And
Kid.
older
right,
teens.
right.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
definitely and the older kids.
So like
yeah.
I'm thinking
Oh,
like
yeah,
what
Karate Kid,
TV?
you're
I
right.
mean, there's still Power Rangers, but it's so convolutedly. You know what I just watched last week? They had that Power Rangers,
The movie.
the one that just came out on Netflix.
How was it?
the reunion,
The reunion
special.
one.
I watched the first 30 seconds and I had things to do. Like
I
work
watched
and
the whole thing. It was there was like, I mean, they left Rangers out.
Did they superimpose the Rangers that had passed into some characters? To
No,
show
it was
the
in. It
transition or
was
no?
within. It was kind of within the story.
Okay.
It was kind of within the story.
Now, was it really the Yellow Ranger's actual daughter who played
I
her?
don't know if it was an actual dog. I didn't really like pick up on that.
Okay.
But that's the whole. It's Trini, who died when we were
Yep.
in a car accident. It's like her daughter. So they actually kill her right in the first 2 minutes of the episode, like as a Power Ranger. And you're like, oh, okay, we're going here now.
Okay. So they do reference it. Like they
Yeah.
show her getting killed. Who ends up
The new Rita.
Okay.
And they explain how she comes back, and if you have
As
a
a
knowledge,
robot?
if you have a
Okay.
knowledge of how everything worked, so you have to know from
I
the
do
original
not.
Power Rangers all the way up to when they ended Power Rangers, like because Power Rangers had, believe it or not, like if you followed the story, I don't follow all the modern stuff, but Power Rangers had a beginning, a middle, and an end, and then they kept going after that, and that was what was confusing because they had the beginning, and every new Ranger, like the storyline would flow, and then they had Rangers in space, and then they had Rangers Lost Galaxy, and at the end of Lost Galaxy, they beat the final evil.
That's what all the Rangers, right?
Right, and that cures so like Lord Zed turns back into like a normal person. Rita turns back into a normal person. So like it's a whole thing. So how to finish. And then they came out like a year later with the new Power Rangers thing. They're like, I don't understand.
Which was really weird, that one.
I don't understand how this is happening right now because there shouldn't be.
They're all healed, yeah.
And now it's gotten out of control.
I liked the fan. I don't even say fan made, but the off mainstream one that was made with the guy from Dawson's Creek and and the girl from Starship Galactica or whatever it was. That again.
Wait, no, there was no guy from Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, yes, he was. He was the ranger with the robot leg. That was Dawson.
The robot leg. Oh,
mechanical
maybe.
leg. No. Fact, that's Dawson. The blonde guy. Yeah. And the girl.
Okay. The YouTube one. You're not talking about the one that came to the movies.
No, YouTube one.
Yeah, the YouTube one.
YouTube one. Really, but again, gritty, war-made one. That was really cool. Short film. I think it's only 10 minutes, but it was really, really good.
They got. Yeah.
It's a shame they didn't do.
But we had like even
same
back
thing
then, and then they tried
YouTube Mortal Kombat series.
They tried to have
the Street Fighter one.
The Street Fighter one was excellent. And then that was Michael Moe, the guy, martial artist / actor. He played Bruce Lee in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Who played Ryu?
Yeah.
Yeah. But even with Akuma, they did a phenomenal job.
But I feel like there's a lot less. I mean, more kids are into anime these days, but there's a lot less like live action martial artsy shows. We even had WMAC Masters when I was a kid.
Yeah, we talked about that on one episode,
before,
and I didn't remember what it was.
I just listed
I'm like,
off,
what was that they was talking about? I did watch that a lot.
There was like 5 or 6 things I just listed off as a kid that was like martial arts heavy.
I can't list off 3 now.
And now I'm like,
yeah.
That's not a cartoon. I can't think of any. You know, the fighting game Tekken. That was my fighting game growing up. So
that's a great game.
Some people love Street Fighter, which I like. I like Street Fighter. I like
the first 3D game. Right after.
But Tekken was always my jam. Tekken was the first game I got when I got a PlayStation 1. Like Tekken.
But Tekken had rotation in it a little bit too, right? I mean, it does it on its own.
It has a sidestep, so you can sidestep attacks.
Yes.
But it wasn't like Virtua Fighter where it was like you would get motion sickness with the camera. So
polygons everywhere.
So
everywhere.
I got pretty good at Tekken because I played. That was my thing. If it was like some nights I'd come home from the dojo and I'd work out, like I would do pull-ups and push-ups and like after my class. And then some nights I would come out, I'd throw on some music and I'd play Tekken and just play and play and play. I memorized like the 12-hit combos. And so like a couple years back, I think when Tekken 6 came out, and I was like, oh, okay.
The nunchuck characters.
I played a bunch of times and I'm like, all right, I'm going online, I'm going to play. And I don't know what I was thinking. And I'm like, I don't have a headset at the time, so I'm not hearing anything. So
it comes on your speakers.
They send you messages through the PlayStation.
Oh, for me, it comes on the speakers. Like it comes in the audio of your speakers.
Well, you could type up. I don't even know if Tekken had an audio thing, but so like you'd get things in your inbox.
Well, they can plug in. They can plug in a keyboard.
So I did pretty good, but then the first person that beat me, they would beat me. And then, boop, I get a message in the thing, and it would be like the meanest. I'm like, oh my God. I had to stop playing online. I was like, I can't deal with this.
Especially
every time you lose, it's like, oh, I know. It's like, bro, I got a job. I can't be playing all day.
Yeah.
But Street Fighter 6 is coming out now.
It looks good.
It looks real good.
Yeah, I love.
I follow.
Character. It looks great.
I don't want to say friends with. I'm friendly with a guy named Ben Brown. Fantastic martial artist.
Awesome.
Shout out to Ben Brown, who will never listen to this because he doesn't really do social media and stuff.
It's okay. More power to you.
That's all right.
I met him at a seminar, and he's kind enough that we've had conversations in the past. I wouldn't say we're like chums, but
you're friendly.
He's a huge Street Fighter fan, and he runs a whole YouTube channel of just him playing Street Fighter.
Oh, this is the one where there's no commentary or anything.
Nothing.
It's just
the gameplay.
It's just the gameplay. But he's got now because this week the Street Fighter 6 playable demo came out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So they didn't release it, but it's free download on PlayStation, on
is it on Xbox?
Xbox. It's free download on
I
any
wonder
of
if
those.
it's for one though, or it's just Series X and S.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
No, it'll have to be because he has a PlayStation 4. Because they
Okay. So I'll have
so
to check.
he downloaded it and then put up footage of him practicing with Ryu, and I was like, oh my god, that got me to look up that the demo's out. So I'm like, oh.
Well, you see, they actually have. I don't know if it's the first one, but I feel like it is. You can make your own custom Street Fighter character.
You do. You make your own.
Really?
You
yeah,
make
but
your
it's
own
the
character.
first game that allows
I have to
that.
jump back on.
Yeah.
You
Street
make your
Fighter.
own character to play through the story mode. And
Listen, amongst my friends, not amongst average people,
this is something we
but
gotta do
amongst
for the
my
channel
friends,
here.
Street Fighter was my jam.
oh yeah,
Like, I really-
you think
that
they?
was
You
my
think
jam,
like?
yeah.
damage.
You think? I'm holding out hope. Do you think, in your heart of hearts,
That'd be Crocs.
that I can put a character in Crocs? You think I can
Dude,
This
customize
is us making an official request.
and have Street
I wanna see
Fighter
if they have it.
in Crocs?
Oh, his nigga's gonna look it up now.
Because that would be. I would dress my guy out in like a gi and make him super jacked and have a pair of
wear
Crocs,
Crocs.
on.
Hold on, wait. Let's wait for it.
Oh my goodness.
I would go for
If
it.
this would happen.
Does Street Fighter 6 have Crocs for their custom characters?
Street Fighter 6 is a game that came out.
Yeah, imagine. All right, here we go.
Confirms character creation. Continue talking. I'm
Okay,
good.
okay.
I'm excited
That'd
for
be
it though.
really cool.
I got to download the demo. I just
There-
haven't gotten
there-
around
this-
to it.
We need to start making a list of video games, or you guys can comment. What video games do you want to see us play? We're definitely playing Street Fighter 6 if this is the thing we can make a custom character for. I would totally do a walkthrough of that on the channel without a doubt.
Oh yeah.
We do some
I
live
just
streams.
but yeah, I was thinking of that the other day. There's not a lot of martial arts content these days. It's
No.
it's in movies and stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
It always has been, but like just a straight up show or cartoon. Is there?
Yeah. Not
I mean,
really,
there was
no.
even Jackie Chan Adventures when I was a little bit older, and that show was great too.
Yeah. I've never seen it, but cool.
You
Oh,
never
that's
saw
actually pretty good.
you never saw Jackie Chan Adventures?
No, man,
Oh my
no.
god.
The big
We
martial
got
artsy
things
show-
to introduce you to.
I know. Well,
Big
see,
Trouble
you're
in Little
I'm a
China.
different
Oh,
generation,
man.
China.
Different generation, man. Different generation.
Yeah, but Avatar.
Avatar: Last
Avatar.
Airbender, that was my martial artsy show.
Yeah, Avatar, and that was a fantastic martial arts
Avatar: Last
show.
Airbender, and there was some Ninja Turtle as well. When I was a kid, there was some.
My favorite Ninja Turtle, believe it or not, cartoon is not the one I grew up with. It's the one Nickelodeon did that was like CGI.
Right, not the one that's airing right now.
No,
but the
no,
one
no.
Before that, it ended a little weird.
The last season you don't have to watch. You can forget where they started doing like Turtles versus monsters and Turtles versus because they didn't know where to go. They wrapped the story up and had no idea where to go.
Yeah.
So, but that was probably my favorite one.
They have like Converse. They don't show Crocs yet. Doesn't mean they're not there.
See, here's the
Converse.
thing: if we get it for PC, we can have someone mod it. For
Oh,
us.
this is true.
No, the PlayStation and the Xbox now you can get mod
You
versions
can
as
get
well.
mod for that as well.
Yeah, you can.
We're gonna have to do some research on the internet here to see who can give us a pair of Crocs for Street Fighter.
Oh man, I need it. I need it. And I want to like have a move where like he throws the croc at him or something. Croc Dugan.
We got sandals. We got boots.
We would have to
Bounce,
see. We have to find a
yeah.
character that has like a good ranged attack for something like besides the Hadouken.
Yeah. You know, not to jump too far ahead, but we have a guy that can draw all this stuff with Caravella.
We do have
If
Caravella.
they could
Eventually, we
mod-
should make
Dave, Caravella. We're
No,
about
we
to
should
give
make
you a
we should make a
whole nother
mobile.
one.
So we
We have so many drawings to try to get
If
him to
they
do.
can mod the Fireball to be a large Croc.
The Hadouken.
but we should make a mobile Street Fighter esque fighting game, but with all characters are in Crocs.
Oh boy.
And every move has to have a Croc attached to it.
Right,
Some
that's what I'm
kind.
saying.
I like it.
A Croc
God.
in some way.
I like it.
Oh my God. So we got a lot of projects we got to make, boys.
I know.
This is years of content.
Years
I
of
like it.
content.
Oh,
here,
boy.
guys.
Mortal Kombat Croc fatalities.
Oh
Crocalities.
my
So-
God.
so-
The Croc just comes up and just bites their head
So
off and goes
my
back down.
excitement. So I was thinking, what got me thinking about all the martial arts content that's not like out in the mainstream these days. I mean, I guess there still is, but you know, not just movies. I'm like kid-based TV shows. Is that I follow on my Instagram that Lego Brick Builders.
Yep.
And they just came out with their Donatello and Raphael Lego weapons,
Oh wow, cool.
Cool.
and you can play with them
Let me tell you, we went to Smithville
without breaking
and they had full. Oh, that's actually really cool.
them. Yeah.
We went to Smithville and they had full Lego armament, meaning like guns
yeah.
and whatever, and it had
They
like,
work.
Reload. Oh my god, it was
Yeah,
wild.
yeah.
But not like it's actual shooting Lego blocks.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever, and it was really cool looking how they just put how Lego always does it. The dynamics of how they fit it all together and make it actual work without batteries or anything. Just the dynamics of the movement is awesome. But I want to see those weapons.
I'll show it to you as soon as the podcast is over. I'll direct you right to it. But yeah, I definitely. I just wish there was more out there for the kids. I'm gonna have to make my son watch all these old shows.
You know what it is? They're not battling for Saturday morning cartoons anymore.
Yeah, that's true. There is no Saturday morning cartoons because you just stream everything.
Stream everything now.
Kids get it whenever they want, and that stinks. They should,
They should have to work.
No, they should have something to look forward to. Like,
no, you're right.
This is the day you go, because Saturday morning cartoons mattered because kids were out of school and it was a reason to get up on a Saturday and get everyone's attention.
I would get up. My grandmother would stay every weekend, so I would get up and wake her up and make her watch cartoons with me, and then she would watch the Power Rangers with me because that started as a Saturday morning event.
I just discovered from my dad that apparently at 3, I found a way to climb out of, or 2, whatever age there is, we were still in a crib. I found out how to climb out of the crib and go and watch TV while they were still sleeping.
I learned last week.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I was always very paranoid about my kids climbing out of the crib. They never tried at all. Apparently I did, and no one ever told me. I would go, and he would wake up, and I'm in the room watching TV.
I apparently never did. I would just stand in the crib for hours, and then my mom was like, "You never made a sound. You would just wait till somebody got you out."
It's so creepy.
And then
you walk in,
super creepy.
He's just standing there,
but then
staring at the camera.
My sister would climb everything, so yeah, shows you the corn style. Just
mother. He has like these accents, like it's like the baby with like the deep adult voice. Mother.
Yeah, he's already hit puberty.
Come get me out of the crib, please.
He's just calling her with his eyes.
The problem is though, the cartoons that got big, like when you were a kid, other than Avatar,
yes,
it was Pokemon, right? You had Pokemon. We had Pokemon too.
Well, I was even talking to the kids the other day. A lot of my cartoons, right, had not themes, but like good practices at the end, right? Like G.I. Joe had.
Oh, you're going way back.
But what I liked is it had like a good lesson, right? Oh, always brush your teeth or take care of your friends, and knowing is half the battle.
Knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. I hated G.I. Joe as a kid, just so you know.
But the story,
I would not watch it.
The message at the end, right? Like even He-Man,
there was always
after punching out every character,
He-Man always had a message.
He would tell you a good message. Don't do what I do.
It was interesting. It was interesting.
The next episode, yeah.
When I was a kid,
punched every
when we were
enemy.
kids, there was always like G.I. Joe kids, and the kids that, like I had my buddy John had like every G.I. Joe under the sun, and I was like, I had the Ninja Turtles. Like I was not G.I. Joe didn't do it for me.
I feel bad for like my kids because all their friends, their parents will buy the entire suite of toys for a specific show. I'll get my kids like the 4.
Do they still tie? Do they still tie?
You're good. Make it.
Do they still
Use your
tie?
imagination for the rest.
Do they still tie toys to TV shows like they used to though?
Yeah.
Because that was.
Oh no, big
because
time.
in the past,
They do.
It's actually scary how much they do.
In the
now.
past, the toy companies paid for the cartoons. Like they made.
Ninja Turtles is that way.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles is toys first cartoons after the promote
Yeah.
toys.
So was Thundercats.
Thundercats.
Was Thundercats. So was yeah.
Man, I don't know why they stopped the second launch of Thundercats.
I
That
do.
Was so good
I
too.
just learned all
What
about
happened?
it. I just learned all
about it.
about it.
That was a great series. What happened?
Because I have the first
They
series.
rushed the end.
So it had to do with the company that was making. So they were I forget who was making them exactly. Cartoon Network. So Cartoon Network bought the rights to Thundercats, and they were making. They enlisted these guys to make that new Thundercats. So if you don't know what Nick and I are talking about, there was a remake of the Thundercats that was very well done.
Excellent.
Super story driven.
Well,
it's
sound well, audioed well,
Right.
video. It was just
everything was, and it was done by two veterans. I forget who exactly did, but two veterans in the cartoon business. They made like really good cartoons, right? So I just watched the whole history of this because I have them on DVD. And
nice.
The long and short of it was
It was only 2 seasons, right?
correct.
It's crazy.
So they couldn't the problem was people like you and me were watching, and it was geared towards a more adult audience. But what was Thundercats' original intention?
yeah, younger
To
kids.
sell toys.
Yeah.
So toys weren't selling, right?
So that was the intention
So-
with the relaunch.
Correct.
Oh,
So what ends up happening is they start marketing all these toys, right? They have an idea to market these toys, and then Lego does a contract Lego did a contract with Cartoon Network. So Lego was going to make Thundercats toys
Okay.
to go with the cartoon show. And then the cartoon show wasn't performing well in the younger demographic that would have played with Legos, quote unquote. I mean, I play with Legos, but so there was
around this room right now. You'd know how much that's.
There was a big
the camera was over
argument, right? Which eventually ended in negotiations. Eventually ended in the canceling of
the series.
the Thundercats, but Lego still had to deal with Cartoon Network.
Yeah,
So, do you remember the Lego TV show with the cats?
No.
Oh man! So they had Ninjago, and after
Yeah.
after Ninjago performed really well, they had the Lego. Look it up.
But it's a Thundercats show, or just
No.
Cats? Period.
It was going. So the Lego toys that they were gonna do for Thundercats became its own thing, and then that became a TV show. Look
But is
it up.
that have like action, or is it just like a cat show?
It was. They came up with their own storyline for it.
Okay.
They came up with the whole.
But it's
other
not action
storyline.
based though.
Yeah, no, it was action based.
I
It
don't
was. Look it up. I forget Lego.
I mean, I think Thundercats would have done good as a Lego show because people are so into those Lego shows now.
I typed in Lego Thundercats.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been Thundercats.
Just cats.
I'm looking. Well, what do I type in to find this?
So because this is there was
Just typed
all
in Lego Thundercats.
just to
it
type in
comes up
like
with-
Try Lego Cats.
just like type in
Show.
Lego cats. It was actually a bunch of different
Show.
animals.
Lego Cats
Right.
show.
So I watched a YouTube video all about this. It broke down the demise of that of the Thundercats, and it gets into like the video shows you how it all fell apart, how Lego came in, how
If there was anyone out there that wants to refund Thundercats
Not really finding
because
anything
it
here.
was so good. But here, what they did is they were forced
Give me
to
your
wrap
phone,
it
Nick. I
up.
will
without
find it.
without.
They
knowing
were
the name
forced
of
to
the
wrap
show.
it up in
Well,
one.
what's the name of the show?
In the second episode.
type in Lego TV shows Cartoon Network. Let's see. Lego TV shows.
Mrs. just got here.
No, she's been here.
Well,
Let's see.
Is
Lego-
it
Lego cartoons. Let's
is
see.
it this one? Kaima?
Yes, that's it.
Oh, I've heard of that. Absolutely.
Right,
they have
so
loads of toys
Kaima
for
or
that.
Chima or whatever.
Chima, yeah.
But look at the
Kaima.
characters.
They
If you look at the
I don't
characters,
know if they
I
can
know
there's
it
a
now,
reason they
yeah.
look like Thundercats
Yeah.
because
Nah, they can't
they've
see that.
remarketed and rebranded.
Now, what do you think the reason was for them not to just go Thundercats with it?
I don't know.
Did they
There's-
really think it was gonna
I
fail?
don't remember the video exactly. You have to watch the video on YouTube. I could send it to you when it broke it all down. But that's how Lego got involved, and that's why they look so similar to
To
Thundercats.
Thundercats, yep.
Because it was, and then they brought back.
Interesting.
I don't know if you remember this. Then they did Thundercats Go.
Horrible. Yes. We watched it.
I've
for
seen
No,
none of
no,
this.
I'm sorry.
30 seconds.
Thundercats Ho.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was like Teen Titans Go.
So much wrong with that, right, Steve? Yeah.
So you know how they go Thundercats Ho. So
But-
you had Teen Titans Go, and then
Yes.
did Thundercats Ho, which was in the same vein of Teen Titans. It's like
It
that
was
really-
the vein of Teen
It
Titans.
was.
yeah.
It was like.
Did they have a crossover?
Oh, they
don't
might have.
remember.
My problem with all the teen, like I like Teen Titans, the original show,
Yeah.
and
me
then
too,
the
really
cartoon
good.
Teen Titans Go.
Disaster.
I understand why kids have ADHD.
It's nonstop.
It's- that show causes it. That show causes
that
it.
show and a bunch
That-
of other shows as well.
And that I was showing Luca the remake of Thundercats, and then we saw Thundercats Ho as a commercial, and we tried to watch the
Yeah, good
first
luck.
episode.
Yeah,
We're
good
just
luck.
like, what the heck is
Yeah,
going on right
Good luck.
now? We couldn't. You know,
I did
once-
see the Teen Titans movie in the movie theaters when that was on. That
The
was
Teen
pretty
Titans
decent.
Go movie?
Yeah,
You
that was
know-
pretty
you
decent.
know
Go
what
to the
Teen,
movies and stuff
you know
like
what Teen Titans Go is, right? It's the modern day Ren and Stimpy
Yes.
without the
You're right.
adult.
It is the modern day Ren and
connotation to
Stimpy, except it's done with characters that like.
Yeah,
The problem is there was a Teen Titans show before Teen
and it was
Titans Go.
awesome.
That was amazing.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
That show I watched. Yeah, it was a good show.
That was amazing.
Very good show.
All right, I think we've prattled on long enough.
Sure.
So on to our topic of the day now.
Yeah. So now let's actually get into what the content is all about. This podcast is actually all about. Well, no, just remember, Croc Jibbets.
Lillian, thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Crocception.
That's so
and
cool.
comment what the name of our stuffed.
Yeah, we need a
crocodile
name.
should be.
We need a name, and it's got to be something fantastical.
And
Must
we
be
need
amazing.
jokes. So you've got a lot going on.
You got a
folks.
lot of things you got to comment.
So names and jokes at minimum.
All two
Names
things.
and jokes.
Names of our crocodile. Your favorite jokes that we'll say on the podcast. Just give us comments, please. It helps.
It's
the
got to be.
algorithm.
It's got to be a good name now. Come up with a good
Yeah,
name.
we come up with something like. Don't make it something silly. Like make it something like that sounds tough and awesome.
5-star
Like
reviews
us.
we need too, folks.
Also, give us 5-star
five-star
reviews. I've been looking at the number of like the number of 5-star reviews. The number hasn't changed in weeks, people. What's going on?
You know what we need?
Again, this is your chance one more time.
Oh,
Share, like, and subscribe.
well,
Everyone
I mean,
you know.
I put all this up at the end of
all
every
of
single
it.
podcast.
I'm just.
Can we
this
get-
one needs it 3 times.
Can we get a
Okay.
catchforce
The
for a
flashing thing.
crocodile too?
what?
Like Tony
We
the Tiger.
did. We have our catchphrase for the crocodile already.
What is it?
You've just been crocked.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Right about
Remember we did that?
Yeah,
Great.
yes.
So that was gonna
He
be
has
Oh,
the youngest
God.
memory, so it
Yeah,
makes sense.
because I was
So
thinking
that was
like Tony the Tiger goes, they're great, you know.
They're great.
Yeah.
They're crocs.
They're crocs.
They're crocs. Anyways,
You've been crocked.
Crocky
You've
oats.
been crocked.
We need Croc cereal now.
Ooh, I like
God,
it.
man. So much stuff.
That'll come in a year.
So much stuff that'll be turned into
Every
crocs.
single one's a little crocodile.
We should work for Croc
No,
marketing.
and then the
Really
We should
no,
work for Croc
then
marketing.
the Crocs
people
are the
aren't
marshmallows.
expanding enough.
No. The
Yes, the Crocs are the
marshmallows.
marshmallows. Oh, we need to start expanding. Oh my God, we got to work for the marketing team.
Yes,
You
and
guys are
we
missing.
want-
You guys are missing chances.
We only won a 90% cut.
Only 90%.
Oh my God! Like Lucky Charms, and they
That's what I'm
call
saying.
gibbets.
Lucky
shoe
Crocs.
charms. They
Lucky
can call them
Crocs.
Lucky gibbets.
Lucky Crocs.
Gibbet, like
Instead of
oh.
Lucky Charms, Lucky Crocs.
Eat your favorite gibbets, and every holiday they have a special gibbet marshmallow.
Oh man,
Oh my God, man.
yes.
We gotta talk.
The-
We gotta talk to Kellogg's.
The bowl
The
and
Crocs and
the bowl
Kellogg's
is the limit.
collaboration.
Imagine we were the liaison between Crocs and Kellogg's,
Oh my.
and
Why
they had
not?
us to thank for it.
Why not?
You know, we never thought about bringing it to the cereal market, but here we are.
Here we are now.
Why not?
These 3 random guys from Jersey, they just came up with this idea. You know, and now we're making.
And here's the
millions
thing: if you
more.
guys did think about it, sad that you guys haven't delivered on it because that would
Yeah.
sell.
that would sound.
Unless maybe we didn't know about it and it's already a thing.
It's
We'll have
not.
to Google it.
It's not.
It's like gonna be a
It's
thing
not.
tomorrow now.
right.
If it
We're
was a
like, guys,
thing,
don't you know about the 1995 Croc cereal
Yeah.
crossover?
if it was a thing,
We tried this already.
sorry folks, unsuccessful. Let's try it again. Bring it to market the
Yeah,
right
let's
way.
do it again.
All right, I like it. Oh, that's the end of the show.
I don't know
Uh-oh,
if that
that's
got
the
picked up on
alarm.
it.
I don't know if it got picked up, but my wife is burning the house down.
She's telling us it's time to shut off the show.
Yeah.
That's
That's
great.
a signal.
Anyways, if you haven't already, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Kickin In Crocs, KICKIN.in.Crocs, CROCS. Subscribe to watch.
M-O-U-S-E.
Oh God! Stop! We're gonna get sued.
No.
I
You
didn't
just
say.
like-
I just said mouse.
Infringement.
You-
C-R-O-C-S.
Yes. All right, that's what I'm doing from now on.
SUED.
Subscribe to us on
Should
YouTube.
we call our fans the Crocketeers?
God.
Like the mouse.
Crocomaniacs.
You stay kicking, internet.
Crocaholics.